Good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of the Late Night Intercourse with Choba. Of course, as always, your host is my humble self, Choma Onyenucheya Uko, the Zest family lawyer. As always, it is a delight to have you join me on this enlightening weekly, family law talk show where we discuss matters that, impact the family, marriages, relationships from a legal perspective. But then, of course, you know that while we look at the legal perspective of things, we cannot also shut our eyes to some of the social, issues that impact the well-being of individuals and families. So tonight, we will be discussing 7 ways that we can effectively apply, the viral mantra that we have many people mouthing this 2024, which is, we know they agree for anybody. Yes, many people are saying we know they agree for anybody. You hear that on the streets, you hear that on social media, you hear that about anywhere. And because this is a mantra that has gained momentum across the length and breadth of Nigeria, it is important that we interrogate how this can be effectively applied, even in marriages, in our homes, in our relationships. So tonight, we are looking at 7 ways that the I know they agree for anybody mantra can be applied in our marriages, in our relationships, in our homes. And I think it will be best that we start by even gaining some understanding into what I know they agree for anybody means. So if you're joining me, whether on TikTok here, or YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're joining me from, please do me a favor of just telling me in the comment section, what does I know they agree for anybody mean for you? Just tell me in your own language. What do you think we know they agree for anybody? What do you think that connotes? What do you think that means? What do you think people mean when they say it? Or what do you mean to convey when you say it? Can I just have you tell me that in the comment section quickly? I'll be most grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And of course, you also know that I will be grateful if you share this video so that you can use it to invite your friends and your family to come and learn along with us. Because the things we discuss here are the things that can help any of us and each of us really to improve on the quality of our, domestic relationships. So please invite them to join us. Share this video, share it so that they can just join us and learn so that their homes, their families, their lives will be better. Thank you for sharing. So please tell me, what does I know they agree for anybody mean for you? What does it mean to you? I want to read that in the comment section. It's an intercourse, which means that it is symbiotic. It's not just me teaching you, it's me also listening to you and hearing what you think, feeling your pulse on the conversation at hand. So, what does I know they agree for anybody mean? I think that I know they agree for anybody simply means I am resolute, I am resilient, I am determined, I will not give in, I will not budge, I am defiant. It expresses a firmness of spirit, a resoluteness on whatever the subject is. I know they agree for anybody. I am not giving up. I am not giving in. That is what I know they agree for anybody means. If you look at it from one angle, it may appear to be harsh. It may appear to be maybe too strong-willed. It may appear to be something that portrays a different spirit that is not inclined to listening to the other person or seeing the other side of the view from another person's perspective. But if you also look at it in another way, I know the Gree for anybody is also a way of saying, this is my year of being dogged, my year of being resilient. And of course, those are positive traits if exhibited reasonably and with decorum. How does that apply in our marriages? How do we really know grief for anybody and, effectively, successfully utilize that to advance our marriages? And I think the first thing to start with will be that we should decide that as we know the grief for anybody, we will guard our hearts and our mind jealously. That's the number one thing to do. There is a lot of things floating all over on social media, on the streets, in our circles of interactions. There are a lot of things floating. People are discussing a lot of things. There are a lot of concepts about life that are being touted left, right, and center. Some of them to the right, some to the left, some of them, in between, the liberals, the conservatives. There are so many ideals. If you do not guard your heart and your mind jealously, you may inadvertently allow them to be infiltrated with negative ideals. I'm a Christian, and the Bible says, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. So whoever you will be, whatever you are going to make a success or otherwise of, whatever you set out to achieve will first start and be determined by the heart. And I am using the word heart here a bit loosely because I'm referring to both your heart and, of course, your mind. So that is to say that you should not carelessly listen to and entertain just about anything you come across. Ensure that you're discerning enough to decide for yourself if this is for your good, if this is something that is wholesome, if this is something that can contribute to your self-development, if this is something that will impact positively on your relationships, on your marriage, and the rest of such. So do not be careless. Carefully guard who you listen to this year. Who is your advisor? Who is your role model? Who are the people you look up to? Who are the people you share your challenges with? Who are the people you seek counsel from? Be careful. Be really careful. Guard your heart and your mind diligently. Guard them jealously, because you either make or mar yourself by the things you allow take root in your heart and the thoughts you allow your mind to process and dwell on. If the things you dwell on are not the things that will develop you, that will equip you, that will, help and guide you aright, then you may be in for a doom. So when you're saying, I know the Gree for anybody, ensure that you don't go Gree for anything that will infiltrate your mind or attempt to infiltrate your heart that is negative. No Gree at all. That is the first place to start. And what is the second thing I think you should do? I think the second thing you should do will be to, build a strong foundation of shared values with your significant other. And I think this is something that should start even before the union is formed. So for those who are not married already, congratulations that you're listening to this conversation this evening. Congratulations for being part of this intercourse tonight, because that means that you will not proceed in folly. You are not going to say that you didn't know, that you were supposed to ascertain that you share common values with this other person before proposing or saying yes to marriage. So what I think should happen is, if you are setting out on marriage or you're already in marriage, ensure that you have shared values with this other person, with your spouse, because two cannot work together except they agree. So what it means is that if you are one who takes life, with some levity, and then you are yoked with someone who realizes that life is serious business, both of you will struggle through that marriage, and that marriage may actually fail. So it is important from your religious standpoint, from your, what are the things that matter to you? What are your thoughts? What are your ideals on even the marriage institution? On the roles of both of you, are there gender roles? Do you believe in those? What are your thoughts on even possible challenges with childbirth and all of those? What do you both think on parenting, on child rearing? What are your thoughts on family and friends? Are you both open to, embracing the rest of your family beyond just the both of you? There are a number of things you need to consider. So ensure that both of you share the same values. If you are a firm believer of the gospel, does he or she share same? What are your thoughts? There are a lot of issues around the world. What does that person think about them? If your ideals do not match, then it may be a struggle for both of you to be together. So it's important that you ensure that you both, have a solid foundation, a firm foundation of shared values. Critical. So when you say to agree, do not agree to anybody whose, values do not align with yours. I am not saying that you should be hostile towards them. Of course not. Civility teaches. Civility, guides that you don't need to be hostile, but you can be firm in your resolve to not whittle down your values while maintaining respect for others in whatever their values may be. So please endeavor to, have shared values with this person you are walking life with. Otherwise, I know the agree for anybody will not work. The next thing I think you should consider is effective communications. And you will agree with me that that is key in every relationship, whether it be relationship with friends, with family, with clients, with the general public. Communications can make or mar any agenda. Whatever it is you're doing, effective communications is key. So if you say we know they agree for anybody and you are not communicating well with your spouse, then it may be a turbulent year for the both of you. And I'm sure you don't want that to happen. Because really, just as you're planning to ensure that your business is successful, if you don't endeavor to also have a peaceful home, a happy home, it may affect your functionality, your effectiveness in other spheres of your life. So, as you're saying, I know they agree for anybody, please, it means you should say, I know they agree to poor communications. So it means you're going to say, I know they agree to, treating your communication with your spouse with levity. Whether it is your spouse or other members of your domestic space, your family, please communicate effectively. How do you listen? How do you confirm to them that you heard and understood what they said? How do you respond, do you respond politely? Do you respond in a way that they do not feel derogated? Do you respond in a manner that confirms to them that you care about their feelings and that, you are willing to make the effort to improve your communications with them? It is critical. Communication, like I said, is key. So if you know they agree, this year, 2024, let it be that indeed go agree for poor communications. You are going to effectively communicate with your spouse And some of this communication we're talking about is not all verbal. Yes, verbal communication is important, but there are other ways of communication. You know what I mean? So even in your intercourse, how do you communicate? Make sure it's effective and worthwhile, such that the union, thrives and you are the happier for it. And the other thing I think you should do is to prioritize self-care and development. One of the common languages we find in the IT world is garbage in and garbage out. Whoever you are, whatever you make of yourself is mostly all you may be able to contribute to your marriage, to your home, to your relationships. How do you take care of you? How do you take care of you? How do you take care of your health? How do you take care of your fitness? How do you take care of your hygiene, your looks? How do you take care of your, mental wellness? How do you take care of your mind? What do you feed yourself? Whatever skill you have, whatever vocation you profess, whatever it is you do, how do you continually improve on yourself such that your growth will be sustained? Because that someone said yes to you, that you are both married or planning to get married, does not guarantee that that person is going to stay married to you, or that person is going to stay true to their proposal to you. If as at their level today you were a fit for them, and as they grow in life you are lagging behind, you are redundant, you are just there, stagnated, come on, that's not likely to work well for too long. Don't you agree? So it means that you need to continue to improve on yourself. So it is a wholesome thing. It is not restricted to your academics. It's not restricted to your career. It's not restricted to the skills you hone. It is not restricted to, your beauty, your hygiene, your wealth. It's encompassing. Ensure that you say no to anything that reduces your growth. We no dey gree for anybody. We will not gree for anything that will stagnate us this year. That's what it means in your marriage. Because if you are stagnated, you may not be growing at the same pace with your spouse, and that may be a little bit burdensome in two of you walking as one. Because of course, marriage means that the two will work together as one. So endeavor to, improve yourself daily. I'm not saying you should put yourself under any undue pressure. No. I'm not suggesting that at all. But I'm saying that you should endeavor to build yourself at a healthy pace, and the both of you will continue to grow together. So that's a critical point to note. And the other thing, there is no relationship in this life. There is no time any two people or more people can be together and there will be no offenses, and there will be no infractions, there will be no disputes of conflict. Nah, it's the natural order of life. Even our mouth, with the harmony, it's a very small space. You will imagine that the teeth and the tongue will respect themselves and live amicably, abi? Yet sometimes the teeth will bite the tongue will manage, the teeth too will manage. So what it means is that even in marriage, you should deliberately adopt a lifestyle of forgiveness. Learn to forgive your spouse. Learn to forgive those in your home. Learn to forgive those you are in a relationship with. It's not easy. Even for me, sometimes a struggle, depending sometimes on the intensity of the offense. So yes, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. But because we know they agree for anybody, we no go agree for malice. We no go agree for, grudges. We no go agree for all those petty things that want to come and lodge in our minds. And no, we no they agree at all. Yes, we know they agree. So this 2024, We are saying no to all of those things that will weigh us down. Because it has also been said that when you nurse ill feelings against somebody else, you are, it's like taking in poison and expecting it to go and kill another. It's not good for your mental health. And it's also not good for your emotional health, of course. So we are saying we no go gree for malice that will come and make our relationships rocky. No, we don't want that. So we're going to adopt a lifestyle of forgiveness. That is not to say that if the offense is such that will expose you to harm, that you should continue to tolerate it. No, Chioma has not said that. But what I'm saying is that if it is something you can afford to forgive, if it is something that does not expose you to danger, if it is something that does not diminish your self-esteem, your dignity of person, please find it in your heart to forgive. Find it in your heart to forgive. And even if it is something you think you will not be able to live with, you can walk away without animosity. Oh yes, you can. So it's important that we adopt a healthy lifestyle of forgiveness and then nurture a culture of gratitude. For those of you who are Christians, I'm sure you read the story of the 10 lepers that Christ healed. And Christ is our righteous standard for those of us who are Christians, which means that as an ideal, as our standard bearer for, what is right, even him counted it as something that one of that 10 came back to express gratitude. So that tells you that gratitude is a big deal. What is that one thing that your spouse does for you? What are those seemingly little things that they do for you? Don't trivialize them. Don't treat those things with levity. Don't treat them like they don't matter with disregard. No, please don't do that. Let this be the year that you no go gree for ingratitude. Let this be the year that you are going to nurture the culture of gratitude. Praise them. Thank them. Show appreciation. Show gratitude. When they go out of their way to extend, acts of service to you, appreciate them. When they get you little gifts, it doesn't matter how big or small those gifts are. When they, tell you kind words, when they lend you a shoulder, even when they perform roles that are perceived to be their responsibility, remember that there are people who don't live up to their own responsibility. So that something is someone's responsibility is not a given that that person will necessarily perform it. So if you have a spouse who performs his or her responsibility, if you have a brother, a sister, a member of your family who does their bit, whatever little way, that young girl that lives with you, that young boy that lives with you, those people you call house helps and the rest of them, appreciate them. Show gratitude for their acts of service. Show gratitude for the things they do for you. No gree for ingratitude this year. Quell that spirit in you. Kill it already. And rise above it. And show gratitude. Because it opens more doors for acts of affection. It tells them that they are appreciated. It gives them impetus to do more. Who doesn't bask in praises? We all enjoy it. So please, extend it to your spouse and to other members of your family, and of course, those other people you are in a relationship with. Gratitude is critical. Don't forget that. And if I say all of this, and I don't say one vital thing, I'm sure you'll be wondering if it's the Zest family lawyer that has spoken tonight. So, the 7th thing I will be suggesting to you, which I am certain can be helpful, is do not trivialize professional help. Yes, I said that. In every sphere of your life, despite what you do, despite what you try to do, there will be times when you may not be able to handle everything by yourself. In your health life, get professional help. In some of the domestic issues you have, seek professional help. Talk to a family lawyer. If you need to see a therapist, do you need to rise above anger? Do you need to deal with grief? Do you need to deal with, some confusion around how to handle your finances? Is there something you are not quite sure about how to handle? Please talk to a professional in that field. You can never, don't you dare, trivialize the importance of a professional. Yes, we get advice from our friends, from our family, on the streets of social media, in our neighborhood. We get all sorts of advice. But nothing beats the advice from a professional. So let this be the year that you say no to quacks. As you are saying, we no dey gree for anybody. No gree for quacks at all. Ensure you consult only seasoned professionals and get qualitative service for whatever need you may have. Because otherwise, you may end up not enjoying your marriage or ruining your home. And of course, that's not what we want. This 2024, we know they agree for failure, even in our marriages. We know they agree for backwardness, even in our relationships. We know they agree for stagnation, even in our lives. So ensure that it is a wholesome development for you, so that as your businesses thrive, your marriages also thrive, your homes thrive. And by the grace of God, with deliberate effort, all of it is doable. And I think this will be a good place to rest it. I see that on TikTok, some of my friends have been asking to join the live conversation. Let's see. I'm sure that let's see what's happening. Let's see. You know the usual order of things at every episode of the Late Night Intercourse. When I'm done talking to you, I like to hear from you through your comment section, or for those of you who would rather just talk, whichever style you want to adopt. If you have any question or you have any thoughts, suggestions, something you'd like to share, please let me see it in the comment section. And I am checking to see. Torrentikaza says, fascinating one there, Mama. Thank you, Torrentikaza. I am checking to see. Oh, my Vigati, my chairman, Nena Yokono, God bless you. Happy New Year, Ma. She says, nice one, dear. Thank you. Nele is sending love. Thank you, Nele. Perpetua. Wago says, nice one, sis. Thank you. Yeah, Itel says, this is a great topic. I know go agree for, how did he put it? Oh, why is my screen acting up? Sorry. I'm checking to see. Yeah, I said I no go agree for toxic relationship. That's a good one. Yes, that's a good resolve. Yes, that's a very good resolve. Jenny says no to negativity. Awesome. Good one, Jenny. Luciano, one name. God bless you, dearie. He says, what's happening? Why is this jumping up and down? Okay. Oh, he says more zest to me. Thank you for that kind compliment. Thank you. And Blessing Onyinyechi says very correct. Okay. So I'm looking to see if I have questions, because at every episode I will ask a question. But I want to check to first see if I have any question from you that I need to respond to before I ask mine. Oh, my Twinny of life, Glory Uzamaka. Twinny, thank you for joining. And yes, she's trying to give definition to we no degree for anybody. And she says, I am resilient. I won't be lily-livered. Okay, yeah, she says on the negative, sometimes it may appear rebellious. Yeah, she says it means bring it on. I am rugged. I like that, yes. And we're going to be really rugged in ensuring that we keep away every negativity from our home. We'll keep away every toxicity from our marriages. So yes, we are rugged. And okay, I'll skip her last comment. So let's check to see if we have any comments on YouTube. If we have any comments on YouTube, let's check to see what the comment on YouTube is. Let's check. Why am I not quickly seeing us here? Why am I not quickly seeing us on YouTube? Can I get help? I'm not seeing YouTube. Is this YouTube now? Okay, yes. So on YouTube, Vibes Plus says it's giving some sweet vibes. Learn how. Oh my goodness, where's my glasses? Learn how I go behave for my marriage before I enter. Okay. So yes, it's good to get prepared. It's good to equip yourself ahead. That way, you are likely not to make, grievous mistakes. So yes, I commend that. That's very good. Let's see if there's any comment on Twitter. If there's any comment on Twitter, there isn't. Okay. So, and I have quite a number of people here who somebody wants to come live. Let me invite someone on TikTok. There are a number of people who are asking to come live. I don't know. We have a lot of people joining us on TikTok. There are a lot of people, and many of them are asking to come live. Oh my goodness. Many of them want to come live. I don't know if they have a question or they want to have a comment. I don't know what it is. But because it is an intercourse, it is an interaction between two people or more people, it is symbiotic. So I'll give a chance to hear what it is. Oh, good evening. Good evening. How are you? Can you pack this up, please? Sorry, I need to remove my earpiece so that others can hear you, so that I'm not the only one hearing you. Forgive me. Okay. Can you go again? Let's see if I can hear, if everybody else can hear you now. Oh my. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have used my earpiece. Okay. Onyibeke, if you can hear me, can you log off and then come back on? I'm so sorry. Because I need for the others to hear you. Onyibeke, please. I need for others to hear you. I've removed my earpiece so I can't even hear you either. Aha, awesome. She heard me. Yeah, she heard me. Okay. So I don't know. Okay. Will I be able to see her now if she indicates interest? Okay, while I'm waiting for her, let me invite someone else. There are a ton of people here who wants to come live. Okay, Onyibeke, aha. I've seen Onyibeke. I think I've sent her another invitation. I hope that this time we can hear her. At least now that. Okay, let's see if she's able to join. Let's see if she's able to join. And I'm also checking to see who and who shared. Because when I give gifts on any episode of Late Night Intercourse, one of the criteria for winning my gifts will be that you also shared, that you participated in that episode. So I'm checking to see. Onyibeke, I haven't seen you. And Selena Smith, I don't know. I can't see. Vera, let me go through and see if there's any other person who wants to join. Who else is here? Who else is here? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you speak up, please? Can you speak up, please? This doesn't seem to be working. Okay, I guess I have to mute this since we can't even hear her. So sorry, Selena Smith, I just turned off your microphone. I muted you because I couldn't hear you. All right. To qualify to win tonight's prizes, I think this will be the time to ask my question. So can you tell me in your own words, how do you want to, or how do you think someone can apply "we no dey gree for anybody" to the success of their marriage? Oh, I didn't check Instagram. Oh my goodness. I didn't check Instagram. Can somebody check for me? I can't see. Can someone check? I can't see. I'm checking to see us. Okay, we're live here. Okay. Okay, I only see those who joined, but I can't see their comments. It appears they haven't said anything. They only joined and okay. All right. So, in your words, how do you think "we no dey gree for anybody" can be effectively applied to a successful family life, whether with your spouse or your siblings, your parents, members of your family, and your other relationships out there? Maybe your relationships with your benefactors, your relationships with your colleagues at work. How do you use "we no dey gree for anybody" in, promoting healthy relationships? I'm checking. That's Selling Smith.
We can't agree for anybody.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is, how do you apply that in building a healthy relationship? That's my question. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
We won't agree for anybody.
No? You are repeating what I have said. I'm asking you to tell me how that can be applied. What do you need to do? How do you adopt that in building a healthy relationship? I'm checking the comment sections.
Life on his life.
I'm checking to see if I can find a response. If I don't find a response, nobody gets to win a prize from me tonight. But I usually like to give something. So I won't like that nobody wins a prize from me tonight. So I'm checking to see a response. I'm checking to see a response. And in 2 minutes, if I don't get one, then that will be it for tonight. I'm checking. I'm not finding a response, so that means I get to keep my prize. Okay, that will be it for tonight, and I hope we've learned a thing or two, and I hope that we resolve not to agree for anything or anybody that will stagnate or destroy our relationships this year, including, of course, our marriages. We're going to do our best, and where our best is not enough, we're not going to whip ourselves, we're not going to kill ourselves. We'll take the necessary lessons, and then we leave and drop the bitterness and drop the animosity. That's what we're going to do. So, thank you, folks. Do we have a response from who? Oh, Joy Cynthia Obi says, we know the agree for anybody in family life, marriage, and relationships can be applied positively by making conscious efforts to put in your best, by being empathetic, caring, and forgiving, except when there is a threat to life or health. Fantastic contribution. Thank you so much, Onyinye Joy Cynthia Obi. You just won my prize tonight, and I will be sending you a 5,000 naira data subscription. Kindly just drop me your account details and you will get that from me. Thank you. Brilliant suggestion. I like that resolve, and I think that's what we all need to adopt. And Torrentikaza contributes by saying, no grief for an abuser, physical, sexual, emotional abuses, etc., and no grief for a client, for a cheat, infidelity in terms of extramarital affairs, no grief for a drunkard, a man or woman who gets drunk and commits all sorts of atrocities after uncontrollably drunk. Okay, I understand what you meant to say. And this is also correct. In fact, what he has done is to tell us that as we do everything we can to maintain and nurture our homes, our marriages, we should also do everything we can to protect ourselves. And we cannot lose ourselves on the altar of trying to maintain a marriage that is toxic or disastrous to us. And all the three reasons he gave, the three examples he gave, are things that even the Matrimonial Causes Act find as some of those things that one may not reasonably be expected to live with. and can be sufficient ingredients to prove that a marriage has broken down irretrievably. So congratulations to Torrenti Kaza. You also win a consolation prize from me. And this will be where we, wrap it up tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Looking forward to seeing you at the next episode of the Late Night Intercourse with Chioma next week, Thursday at 10 p.m. Until then, may you thrive and may your marriages and relationships thrive too. Love you. Good night.